So for the delving, I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like at level 150. I'm going to pick
Do you
a
have
life's
need
work.
of something?
Keep in mind, not all of these are going to be delving missions. Protecting the sea lanes 100% is just a mission. There's no delving tiers to it. So don't get confused if you go in there and then you're like, there's no stone. Where's the stone at?
What news
It's
has
just not
come
there.
in with the tide?
Looking at that, you'll see that for the mission, all you're getting is legendary experience, this boost, which 200 allegiance points is pretty good. And then you'll get one of each of these tokens, which is also awesome because once you level up, like I leveled up the Eagle Alliance all the way, but I'm still getting the Ledger Keeper marks, which means that I'll be able to, once I level up Ledger Keeper, I'll have all these marks available. So let's go into the mission. All right. Here is where you're going to use the stone. The stone is only active when it has the ring above it. You'll be able to, at lower levels, see this like chat bubble that pops up over it, but you won't be able to do anything. You'll click and nothing will happen. Here you'll be able to select each of the delvings you want to do. I'm going to do 5 because I'm doing the deed. And then it says acquire a delving garnet. Like if you're already at this point and you don't have the garnet, you're hosed. You gotta like exit, get the garnet, and then come back in. So keep that in mind. Your delving chest here is part of your rewards. They're gonna pick whatever they want for you at tier 5. And then we'll go ahead and accept the mission. And then make sure you continue the quest once you affix whatever gem you're putting in there. Let's talk about these guys real quick. I'm in a tier 5 delving. You'll see variant 6. He does slime puddles. Here in Still Panic. Glory and Pain. Physical adaptation. So he's going to get a buff. And then Sauron's Wrath. Another buff. So all of these are buffs that, or like an action that he'll do. Then here's the Glory and Pain one. So you'll see each of them happening. I'll go ahead and attack them in a minute so that you can see it happening. But this is tier 5. That's +3 dread. Today, these are the things that they're doing. So don't take this as they're always going to do this, because there's other days like yesterday they were spawning orc tunnels every 90 seconds under you. So you can defeat the orc tunnel or you run away from it, but they're going to spawn very heavy NPCs that are then just going to walk around, mainly orcs, defilers, so on and so forth. What I normally do is I'll go ahead and pop my Hope 6 token here. I do my food and my scrolls, and then basically I just go at them. The reason that you want to do tier anything delving, which also only opens up if you're level 150. So if you're doing missions and you see the delving stone and you can't interact with it, it's because you're not level 150, so you can't do the different tiers. Just keep that in mind. You'll only be able to complete the mission weekly of doing 45 missions per week. So here's the rewards for completing each level of delving up to 10 times. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 times. I skipped 5 for some reason, which is why I'm doing it now. And then I've done 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I skipped 5 because I realized when you get to 6, you get better rewards from the delving box. So 6, 7, 8, 9, I did just totally by myself. It's doable when you get higher level armor and your stat buffs and whatnot go up. But 6 was very difficult at first because I had NPCs. Their buff that day was like they would explode. So once they got down to like 2 or 3 health, they would just explode on you. They'd do massive amount of damage and then leave you with a fire debuff. So that being said, that was a little crazy. You get orc tunnels. The other things you'll get are like cyclones. Some of the cyclones do positive benefits, such as healing areas, which I use, but also the NPCs can use. Didn't realize that at first, and I just realized we were both just getting healed and the fight was going to be infinite until I was able to move them. But you'll also get ones that do damage to you as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll attack a couple here. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove that corruption that he has. Because it's tier 5, I can basically stand in this. I interrupted that. You saw that induction bar. I have a video on how to enable that. The induction bar is good just because that spinning at the bottom is helpful, but sometimes you just can't see it because there's too much going on. He's not going to do one, but I always try and clear the corruption. They're going to drop some sort of puddle on me. Here comes all these guys. And then you'll see induction bar going there. I like using that during raids because then you can see 100% like, hey, this guy's charging up to do something. I need to move or I need to interrupt. Or okay, I think that about covers it. You see that he's dropping puddles. You see that he has corruptions. They're doing lots of damage, as you can see with that. Okay, we'll go ahead and finish off these enemies. That's going to finish our delving. Boom, he's dead. That finishes the delving. And then I still need to beat up this guy. I don't actually have to. If you're at the end and you completed, you can just go talk to him and then talk to this guy. And then flee the area, essentially. But you'll talk to this guy. You'll see that there's 2 here. What I like to do is run through until you hear that click. And then when you click on it, it's just the mission. That's pretty important because I don't know if they fixed it, but the first couple of times I did delvings, I didn't click or run past the NPC, and I failed the delving because it said I didn't complete it, just because it didn't acknowledge that I had finished. So this is the Bloody Eagle, as you can see up here. Here's where it's located. Right here. That's the stable master for it. And then there's 2 mission givers in here. He has a group of missions, which we'll go ahead and finish this. So that's my 2 missions that I finished. Well, I finished the 1 mission and I finished the delving, tier 5. She has a whole group of other missions that you can do. He's got, if you browse the shop here, you can buy these coins. And then you'll notice when you go to barter, those exact coins that you just bought can go towards these gems. And these you insert into the delving stone. This one requires 3 gold. But at the end of each mission, you'll see in my loot, I got one of those anyway. So whatever you insert into the delving stone, you'll end up receiving if you complete the mission properly. The other things that he has is armor, which is cool, but you only get so much, like so many writs. As you can see, I finished and I didn't get any there, but you get your allegiance points, and then you'll get a chest. So when you open the chest, you'll see you get 20 writs for finishing the delving, and then you, in this case, you get a scholar's crafting box. And like I was saying, if you do anything under level 6, you can't even like disenchant this for writs, and it's a scholar's box. So if I wasn't a scholar, I'd be kind of angry. And still, you only get a candle. So it's like not really worth doing anything under 5 unless you're doing the deed. That being said, he does have armor here, which if you do tier 6 and above, I mean, if you run through all of his missions and then go and do hers, you'll probably get 2 pieces of this armor anyway. There's only 2 sets. This one's the Keen Delver, and then the other one's going to be the Resolute Delver. The stats are pretty similar. Like, this helm has, the 4,000 armor, might, vitality, finesse. You come up to the other one, might, vitality, physical mastery, finesse. After that, you'll see that there's 7 pages here. So it goes through heavy, medium, light. You got recipes that are going to be in here, and the recipes are all words of craft, which are cool to buy. Let's see, for me, as a scholar, it'd be tactics, so critical multiplier and critical rating. You get a heraldry recipe selection box too, which, let's see, for scholar, I'll show you what that looks like. That's going to be the eagle, will, vitality, tactical mastery, but you can change, what's going on there by just hitting that button. So frost damage, fire damage, and lightning. So sounds like a rune keeper. After recipes, you'll have delving upgrades. These are very expensive on the auction house. They're hard to get because it's 2,000 writs. Basically, you're getting these writs from finishing the weekly. You're getting them from 3-man and 6-man missions, essentially. Well, not missions. They'd be instances that are delving that you can run as a delving. So we're talking about like the Great Barrow instances, a couple of the Innuminous ones, and that's the 6-man stuff. The 3-man would be like the library, the school, probably anything under other. Because I've done Woe of Willow before. Yeah, Hollow Knights might be as well. I haven't done that in a long time. So I might give it a look today, see if that's the case. I'll put it in the description if it is. So I'll go through it real quick. Pet and decorations, okay, whatever. But the upgrades are important because if this is Order the Eagle 30, you'll have to buy the ring first, the lower tier ring. And then once you get 2 of, in this case, iridescent jets, you can get the higher tier ring. And I'll show you where you can do it for the ledger as well. So that's going to be this
Fair
guy.
winds to you.
Same thing. You got to buy the ring, the lower class ring, and then here, 2 jets again. That gets you the higher ring. And this one I think is a bit better. I didn't even look at this one before I got these 2 over here. So I have the upgraded Eagle Ring of Fortification, and then I have Order of. In that Order of, I'll end up switching out for this Ledger, and once I get the rep up, and then I'll buy this one once I have the 2 jets. Other than that, you have your typical Umbar
May the seas be calm
vendor.
and the winds fair.
This one doesn't really have anything for you. It's just like a bunch of it's a bunch of housing items, really. There is a spot in here, I believe, for spending housing writs, premium housing writs on, like, you could get a stable master at your house, a dock, study, forge, oven, workbench, that sort of thing. There's a bear going crazy. And then the rest of it's just housing stuff. They really went crazy on this one. So, and over here would be the Gondor representative and all of his housing items and travel and such as well. The Pearl of Cloak, you'll have to go here, buy one of the cloaks that are here, whatever fits your needs. And then you would get this Pearl of Cloak item that you can get from the delving with whatever cloak you already bought to get the upgraded cloak. So that's coming from Gondor. Okay, hope that helps explain the Bloody Eagle a little bit. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.